Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Coffee Talk, a series that is unedited, unfiltered, less filtered, where we can just sit up in the kitchen and chitty chat as friends. It is currently Space Maker Sunday, and I am here dealing with the snowpocalypse that is in New York City right now, and across a lot of the United States is getting a really big snowstorm. I know that there's some power outages that are already happening, and thus far everything is fine here. Power is power is on. And some of you guys were so sweet on Instagram DMing me and asking me and reminding me to prepare and get what I needed, and we are all good here. I did get groceries before all of this happened. The temperature, by the way, if you hear noise, it's snow plows just going by over and over and over again. They're trying to keep at least the main streets here very plowed. And I think the snow started this morning around like 3 a.m. And based on what the weather reports are saying, it's not going to stop until like the end of Monday. So it's going to be at least 6 inches of snow, probably a lot more. And so Sunshine and I are prepared here, to kind of tucked in, ready to weather the storm, as it were. Everything is good here though, and I think we have what we need. Although some of the suggestions you guys gave, and like that I've seen sort of just scrolling on my feed for emergency prep, I have never even heard of. Like, some people were like, don't forget to leave all of your cabinets open around your pipes. And I mean, I live in an apartment building, like a multi-story apartment building pre-war, so the walls are nice and thick. They're made of bricks. And this might be TMI, but all the apartments here have tankless toilets. So it's not even like the water comes from somewhere else to flush the toilet, because I know somebody was like, "Oh, fill your bathtub up so you have water in case something happens and you can't flush your toilet, so you can pour buckets of water in your toilet to flush your toilet." But it's like, I don't even have a toilet tank here. It's like, so I mean, and there is clearly a reason. I'm solidly in my 30s. So I feel like I should have more of a handle on these sort of home things than I do, but I moved into an apartment partially so if something goes wrong, I can just text the building manager and they fix it. So I have like no concept of like some of these emergency things. Like, I have candles, obviously. I have food, obviously. I have water, obviously. I have like a flashlight and phone power, like plugger-inners, power banks. I have like that type of supplies, but like I wouldn't even know like where to begin in terms of preparing for those types of emergencies right now, which is a little nerve-wracking. And also because, like, I think before I did the big declutter, I was in such an anxiety and like not prepper, like doomsday prepper, but like I was in a be prepared for anything no matter what mindset. And like going through the declutter, I was getting out of that mindset of like, oh, I have to keep this just in case, or like, what if blah blah blah. I worked so hard to come out of that mindset. So now that I'm actually like potentially in a situation where, what if the power goes out? What if the pipes freeze? Although, like, would the pipes freeze in like a big building like this? It seems unlikely. So now I'm in like a potentially emergency situation. Part of me is like, what should I have? Honestly, I have batteries. I have light bulbs. I don't know, like, leave your thoughts and feelings about emergency preparedness, living in a city or apartment, or a flat below, because honestly, this is a little outside my depth. Sunshine has plenty of food, so I think she has everything she needs. Her litter box is all set, so and you know, she has me obviously to take care of her, but I wouldn't even know like really where to begin in terms of like okay, so the power goes out, you what, you light candles, you keep your fridge closed so that it doesn't like uh thaw out all your food and stuff. You have like emergency like chargers for your devices so that you can stay connected. Ideally you have a landline, but I don't have that. So I don't even know, like, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point and everything stays powered on and the water stays good and all of that. Today I'm drinking actually cold brew coffee, ironically, even though it is so cold outside and snowing. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because I found this. It's like, so I do like these like cold brew concentrates. I usually get a different brand called Grady's. And it's made here in New York, that brand. And that is like a New Orleans cold brew coffee. It's a cold brew coffee, and the whole appeal of cold brew is that it's allegedly less bitter. Because it's brewed cold, it's not getting the, like, I guess when coffee is brewed hot, if you know this, you write it in the comments. I'm doing a terrible job explaining this, but it's like, it's supposed to be smoother, it's supposed to be less bitter because it's brewed cold or room temp, as opposed to the boiling water, like, kind of extracting the flavor from the ground coffee beans, like, faster because it's done slower. It's like tastes smoother or whatever. So a New Orleans cold brew coffee is brewed with chicory as an additional ingredient, and it adds a little bit of sweetness, and like it almost tastes like a little bit like a sweetened cold brew coffee but with no sugar, I think. And it's really nice. I really like it. I've always liked it. When I worked at an office, I made sure that we always had that cold brew coffee brand in the fridge, and it's a concentrate, so you do half of this and half of either milk, in my case oat milk, water, whatever you prefer to kind of dilute it. But this brand is a good brand as well, and this one is available more nationwide, I think. But they had a special holiday flavor. It's like, what is it? Cinnamon vanilla coffee, and you can really taste the cinnamon in it. It kind of tastes very like Christmassy. So I found that at the store, and so I'm enjoying that today. You can also like heat it up as well. Like, it's just brewed cold. You don't have to drink it cold. You can heat it up. But I always tend to drink it cold because I can drink it faster and feel caffeinated sooner. But it is really nice. And it's very cinnamony. I kind of wish they had it year round, but I guess that's the thing about like limited edition and like seasonal items. Trader Joe's does this all the time. Like, they have things for a certain season and it's like relevant to the season, like all the pumpkin stuff in the fall. And then it's like, it'll be like April and I'm like, you know what, I wish I had that pumpkin thingy from October. Like, it's like I sort of have a love-hate relationship with like the seasonal things because I wish they were always available. And I think that also promotes that like kind of consumerism mindset, because if you really love a pumpkin baked good, or in my case, like I've told you guys, I love like chocolate and mint. So like all the holiday stuff that's like chocolate and mint, it makes me want to like buy a lot of it so that I have it for, you know, other seasons, and like I can still have it even when it's not in stores anymore because it's a seasonal item. It's like I get it. It's like, oh, at Christmas time, so it's time for peppermint chocolate or whatever. But it's like, but I always want it. I want it to always be available. Why do we have to like discontinue stuff? It's annoying. Yeah. I tell you what, this snow is really coming down. It's like the wind is blowing it so it's like sideways. That's how you know it's really. When you see rain coming down and it's sideways, that to me is always like, it is cats and dogs. And I don't even think it's the wind, but I think in this case it has to be the wind. It's literally, it's like there's snow. It almost looks like TV static. It's like that level of snow, and it's going literally sideways. So that's how you know that it's really snowing out there. It's really coming down. And like there's like a solid little pile on my air conditioner that's growing taller and taller. I think cats know when the weather's about to change too, because Sunshine last night, it's like she was like, I say like she was like looking at ghosts, because sometimes she'll just like kind of like look up and like see something, but like nothing's there. It might be a ghost, but like in this case it was like I could tell that like she knew something was coming, or like something was different or whatever, because she kind of kept like looking around and kind of getting the zoomies and going and coming, and I could tell she was kind of like getting prepared for the storm in her own little way. I mean, of course she knows like everything's fine. She lives inside, not an issue. And now that it's actually snowing, she's not even looking out the window. She doesn't care. But it's like, I think they must be able to feel either intuitively or like just the atmospheric pressure changes and stuff. Because I tell you what, the 2 days before it started snowing, it was so cold here. It was like, I want to say it said it felt like 2 degrees Fahrenheit. And actually, I have a friend in the UK, and I was like looking up what that would be Celsius. So for some of you international viewers, it feels like negative 20 degrees Celsius the last 2 days. So it's been literally frigid here. I have been not going outside because the last time it was this cold, well, I don't think it's been this cold this season, but the last time it even approached this level of cold, my pulmonologist was like, it's better for you to not go outside right now. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to you and stay home. Anyway, so I'm kind of doing the home thing. I'm still recuperating from Friday. Friday, I had 4 job interviews in one day, all over Zoom. I had an in-person one on Wednesday. And with these in-person ones, I feel like it's all I can do the whole day, because leading up to it, I'm getting ready, I'm thinking about the interview, I'm like doing my makeup, I'm making sure my outfit looks okay. I was so mad. I did my makeup, everything was good, and then I sprayed this setting spray on my face that had SPF in it, I guess, and a couple of dots got on my dress, and it didn't dry. It was like, and so like the whole time I was like waiting for it to dry, and it just left spots on my dress, and the dress is dry clean only, and I'm just like, ooh, why? So anyway, I washed it in the sink, and it's like okay, but I think I still have to get it dry cleaned. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And the dress is viscose. It's not like but it's like really high quality viscose. So I don't want to mess with it. It was an expensive dress. It's like the perfect color. Anyway, but I feel like when I have an in-person interview, it's like, that's what I'm doing for the entire day. And then after the interview, I'm like decompressing from the interview, because the interview was so intense. It was like a full hour longer. It was actually longer because it ran long, and I was talking to like 4 people. I mean, obviously that means that they were taking me really seriously, so that's great, but at the same time, you know, it gives me a lot of time to like overthink and like be stressed about the outcome. And so like afterwards I'm like, okay, you did it. Let's get you a little treat and like let's decompress and whatever. And so like then I'm like coming down off of the interview, and I feel like it takes up my whole day. With Zoom interviews, it's easier to kind of do 1, 2, 3, 4 and like keep it pushing and do more things. But by the end of Friday, I was toast. I was literally toast. I felt like I had just been literally talking about myself and all the magical, wonderful things I can do for your company all day long. You know that I Love Lucy sketch, the Vita Vita Vegemin? I felt like that by the end of the day. I was like, I was working for this company for 6 years and blah, 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 blah. I just like, oh man, it was really exhausting. I'm going to try not to do that many. What happened was I was supposed to have interviews other days, and then they all kind of got pushed and accidentally scheduled on the same day. I don't know if you guys have seen, have you guys watched Parks and Rec? I loved Parks and Rec. That's a show that I should rewatch if there's a way to rewatch it. I'm not subscribed to like any streaming services. Not really. I have a friend who allows me to access lots of TV shows in a particular way. But I'm not subscribed to any streaming services myself personally. That sounds so sketchy, but anyway, TJ, shout out. Thank you so much for giving me access to all the TV shows I want to watch in a completely legitimate and regular way from my laptop. Anyway, long story short, I need to rewatch Parks and Rec. There's that episode where Ron Swanson, the grumpy guy with the mustache, he basically never wants to take a meeting, and so he hires the like very like sarcastic Aubrey Plaza character as his assistant, and so she schedules all of his meetings for March 31st because she thinks March 31st doesn't exist, and in fact it does exist. So he has like a line of people out the door on March 31st waiting for meetings with him. She thinks it was like February 29th or February 30th or something like that instead. And so it reminded me of that this Friday with all these interviews, and I was like so nervous that I had accidentally like overlapped or something. I didn't, but it was almost a bad situation. I made it through though, and yesterday was a day of like complete decompressing from that, and playing my freshly tuned piano for the first time, which was so nice. I was like, I have some music books, some like sheet music books that are Adele and Vanessa Carlton and the soundtrack from the movie Amelie. And so I was like playing some Adele and Vanessa Carlton, and I did not get out the Amelie book because that just seemed like a little too intense for my first time. Playing the piano is like, it was one of those things that I did as a kid because I felt like sunshine zoomies. Because I kind of felt like I had to. I started when I was 5. Did I start when I was 5? Yeah, I started when I was 5. And when I was about 13 or 14, because it requires a lot of discipline to practice and stuff. And my mom, she used to make me practice, but like it was something that I did love to do. And so when she started saying, well, do you want to quit? Do you want to quit playing the piano? Like, because if you're grumpy about practicing, and I would be like, no, I don't want to quit. Just leave me alone. I'm really glad now that it's something that I did keep up with, because I got to a level where even though now I'm rusty, I'm definitely rusty at playing the piano because I haven't done it in so long, I can still kind of pick it back up and like still play at a certain level, slow and, kind of especially if I'm like singing and playing at the same time, I mess up a lot. Which is good for me because I'm somebody who like has so much like mistake aversion. Like if something is not perfect immediately the first time I do it, I get so frustrated, like, which is like like so arrogant of me because like what, like, obviously, like if I haven't touched the piano in like however many years and I pick it back up, I'm not going to be able to play something perfectly from beginning to end the first time. Like that's so crazy to even think, but like it's like good for me to kind of like try and really muddle through something again, cuz it's like really putting myself into recovery from that sort of like perfectionism and like that sort of having like really unhinged crazy expectations on myself. So it's good for me. It's good for me for sure. And that was really fun yesterday. Are you guys watching the current Space Maker series, by the way? It's Danny's second pass. I love Danny. She was the person that I found the Space Maker channel through. And if you guys are here like not from Space Maker, first of all, thank you for being here. And second of all, if you are not here from Space Maker, definitely subscribe to the Space Maker method on YouTube. It's just a wonderful channel in every way. And definitely watch Danny's first series. That's how I found April, and I applied for the series in the description box and was selected to have my home decluttered with April's help for free and out there for the world to see on YouTube. And yeah, seeing her second pass is so inspiring. Although when she said, "Oh, I want to get rid of 50% of my closet," I was like, "Ah, girl, could never be me." I am so happy for you, but could never be me. I love my clothes too much. But I have mad respect that she is in that spot. And maybe at some point, like if my lifestyle changes or like, I don't know, like sometimes I think about like what like having a family would be like or something like that, and like where I would really need to like cut down on some of my like decision making so that I didn't get decision fatigue or something like that. So like if I was like a mom, or if there was like a situation where I just really needed to like cut back on clothes, maybe at that point. But like for now, I love my clothes. And actually, so she was going through her scarf collection and she was like, "Oh, I have so many scarves and I never wear them." I was like, "Girl, you don't have that many scarves." If you guys watched my series, you know that like as a singer, I have a lot of scarves. I kept a lot of scarves. I decluttered a lot of scarves as well, but I kept a lot of scarves. And there was actually 2 scarves that Danny like was like, "I'm gonna declutter these," and I was like, "No, give them to me." I was like, but no, I'm so happy for her, and I'm so excited to keep watching. I feel such like, I think how a lot of you guys feel about me, I feel about Danny, and like, I like wish her like all the good things in the whole world, and I just think she's awesome, and she feels like my friend from across the world. Especially like when April and I do like have like a little like touch base over text or something, I just am like, "Oh, are you still have you talked to Danny?" Are you talking to Danny right now? It's like there is like a little like Space Maker little fam behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. I mean, obviously, like you guys saw my friendship with April like develop on camera, and like I would say she and I like are still very good friends, and like Space Maker like like we're hoping that there's gonna be more like Julia and the Space Maker in the future. Maybe not necessarily like another declutterer or something, but like we're hoping that there's gonna be more collaborations in the future, because she and I and Jackson all did become such really good friends here. And Sunshine. Sunshine, can you come here? Come here. She's coming. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. I'm sorry. This is unedited. It may not happen. I'm just going to keep doing this, but I'm going to try to keep talking to you as I keep doing this. Come up here. Oh, come up here. Wait. Come up here. It may not happen. Okay. We're just going to pretend like it might happen. Oh, no. We're zooming away. We're zooming away. Okay. I'm sorry. Hopefully she will come back. Oh. Hello? Come up here. Okay. I'm sorry. You guys can skip this part of the video. She's really hyped. It might be the snow. Now she's looking at the snow outside the window. She's into it. And a little... My daughter is amazing. My daughter makes me so proud. My biological child is a little zoomy genius. I feel like I would be... I feel like with Sunshine, I'm like one of those parents with the like, my child is in the honor society bumper stickers. I'm like, you have never seen a cat so beautiful, so elegant, so intelligent about Sunshine. I mean, which is what she deserves. She had a hard beginning of her life. I don't know if I've actually like told the story of how I got Sunshine on here. If I haven't, tell me in a comment. And I will tell that story at some point, or like soon-ish. But yeah, this has been all over the place today. I don't think I've said it today, but I for sure have ADHD. So if you haven't figured that out yet, it's part of the reason why I needed help decluttering, to be honest. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to tell you guys. I've started looking through some of my tarot decks, and I need to do a tarot deck declutter so badly. But the thing is, half of my tarot decks are here and half are in my storage unit, which is, I know, crazy. But when I got into it, I honestly thought, I've been reading tarot, and I know, like, not everyone is going to agree with this, so, like, if you don't, I'm sorry, but, like, this is just true. I've been reading tarot cards for a long time, but about 3 years ago, when I got sick, I really, like, took a deep dive into it, and I kind of thought I was going to start doing it, like, professionally on YouTube, because I just got, like, you know, when I was really sick in bed, like, there wasn't a lot for me to do except kind of like learn the tarot, and like that was one of the things that I got like super into, and I just have a really strong knack for it. And so at the time I thought I was going to kind of start doing it professionally, so I like went absolutely ham, and I was buying all kinds of decks or getting them as gifts or like whatever. Like I was accumulating tarot decks like crazy. And like one of the things that I did in preparation for April to come was like a chunk of my books and a chunk of my tarot decks I just like packed up and put in the storage unit just to like make a little bit more room so that we could do a declutter. And so one of the things I want to do is like solidly go through my collection and like do a really thorough declutter. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested to see. Cause I mean, decks are decks. It's like cards, which some people might think is like tedious and other people might think is cool and interesting. So let me know. I still have my fall winter clothing declutter that I have to edit. But I remember in the middle of that process, which was literally a multi-day process, getting super overwhelmed and turning into like a little bit of like an overwhelmed robot on camera. So I think that's also part of why I'm avoiding editing it, because I feel like I look like I know there's a point where I'm just like head in my hands, like, oh my gosh, like my entire living room is full of clothes. I don't know what to do. Like, this is too much. And like, um, and meanwhile saying out loud, okay, this is fine. This is completely manageable. I'm just going to sort through this bag and blah, 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 blah. But like when I get overwhelmed, I kind of like, I can, at least myself on camera, like I can see myself kind of like shut down. And I think I am nervous about like people seeing that and thinking, I don't know, just like it's not my normal kind of like bubbly self, I think, on camera. So I'm worried that people are gonna like judge or whatever. But what the reality is that it was a lot of stuff and it was a lot of decisions, and I wanted to push through and power through and get to the other side of it. And so it's like I'm worried that I won't seem as likable as I am, you know, in these talks, or maybe I was on the Space Maker series or something where I had another person to talk to, because I was in this, it was just me and Sunshine, so doing this declutter. So anyway, but I am going to post that here shortly. I think that's going to be the video that excuse me, I'm hiccing up. Hiccuping? There we go. I'm hicking up. I think that's gonna be the next video that I post. Edited video anyway. So stay tuned. I have to figure out how I'm editing that, but yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure that I hopped on here. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, if I can start filming these maybe twice a week instead of just once a week. Obviously, like, this week was super overwhelming with my job search. So once was about what I could do this week. But in the future, I'm hoping to make this an even more regular chitty chat for us. And then do the edited videos once a week, if not a little bit more, because I'm really enjoying this. If there's anything you want to hear me talk about, do leave it in the comments. Oh, and by the way, I put out this video this week. I feel like the subject matter of it might be kind of holding back some of the reach. My friend Emma, my new friend Emma, reached out to me this fall and asked, she's an NYU journalist, and she asked if she could do a journalism piece on me and my story with long COVID. And I said yes. And she put together this like wonderful audio piece, and she and I worked together to create a video out of it. And I posted it this past Wednesday. And I just think it's a really beautiful piece about long COVID. She also has long COVID and talks about that in the piece as well, and compares our two stories and our two journeys. And it's a really special video, but it's not been kind of getting the reach as some of my other videos have gotten. So if you feel so inclined, I would love it if you could give it a watch. You can learn more about me and sort of my journey before April came to help me, as well as kind of like how I've been moving through this time with my health, and you know, the long COVID that's affected me for a while now, and how I'm doing now. And you can learn a little bit more about long COVID in general if you are curious about that. And I would be super grateful if you watched it. I know Emma would be really grateful as well, because she worked really hard on it. And I know that there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype a video if it's like within the first week it was posted. And if you could hype a video, I would really, or if you felt inclined, if you wanted to hype the video, that would be much appreciated as well, just because I feel like it's an important subject to talk about, and it's going to become increasingly more important to talk about as, you know, COVID is still going around, and this long COVID could still continue to affect people and spread, and there's still so much to learn about it because it is a newer syndrome. So I just wanted to share that. If you feel like liking, commenting, having a conversation in the comments below that is kind and respectful, I would love that. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you would subscribe. As I mentioned, these coffee talks are a big part of my channel, and I'd love to continue the conversation with you. And I also do edited content about life in New York City, decluttering, and the artist's life here. And oh, and you can also turn the bell on and get notified about every single video that I post. Make sure to set your notifications to all. And I will see you guys again really soon. As I said, I'm hoping to post more and more of this type of content, as well as more edited content. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.